Well, investigators have been sent to the interior after a series of incidents over the last week, including 2 suspected homicides and 2 attempted homicides, creating a series of violence that law enforcement wants to get to the bottom of, they say. Officials say last Thursday, 2 black gold transport trucks were shot at from a white SUV heading north.
One of those shootings happened along the Richardson Highway just south of North Pole. The other happened along the Steese Highway near Chena Hot Springs Road. Then on Saturday morning, troopers responded to 2 deaths over the span of about an hour. The body of Michael Boyd was found in a vehicle at a gas station on Farmers Loop Road.
Oh, in another investigation early Saturday morning, a woman named Ashley Spann was found dead after a shooting on Vassar Circle near Amherst Drive and Chena Pump Road. Brooklyn Whitman of Anchorage has been taken into custody. The Alaska Bureau of Investigation says the surge of violence and time span is something worth noting.
Outside the municipality, for instance, of Anchorage, we don't see 2 murders with 2 attempted murders alongside the murder of a 15-year-old less than 30 days ago in such close proximity in time and distance. So it is somewhat rare for this region.
Meanwhile, troopers are still on the lookout for Darius Morgan, wanted in connection with the shooting death of a 15-year-old at a party in the interior last month. They're asking for the public's help with any information about any of these cases. We do have more info on those cases on our website, alaskasnewssource.com.
This evening, we've learned a missing 78-year-old woman has been found dead. Alaska State troopers have identified her as Effie Kemp.
Troopers say she walked away from an assisted living home on Palo Verde in Fairbanks. Troopers found her body and have notified next of kin. The Alaska Department of Public Safety says no foul play is suspected. Her remains will be sent to the medical examiner's office.
Also developing, state troopers confirm a blue 2020 Ford Escape that was badly damaged in the Glennallen Caribou Hotel fire back on November 12th is linked to a missing woman.
But 86-year-old Mary Jo Evans has still not been found. Valdez Police got word of her disappearance back on November 5th. If you see her or know anything about her disappearance, please contact the Valdez Police Department.
Senator Dan Sullivan told Anchorage business leaders today he wants health care subsidies for 28,000 Alaskans gradually reduced.
That instead of letting the Affordable Care Act assistance expire at the end of next year. At one point during the Anchorage Chamber of Commerce's Make It Monday forum, an audience member asked the senator why tax credit extensions were not included in the Big Beautiful Bill Act. Senator Sullivan said just because many things did not make it into the budget bill, that in his view, that does not diminish the important things that are in the bill. And while national media has reported the president planned to announce a 2-year extension of the credits, that announcement has not yet been made.
With Republicans, Democrats, senators, the White House, on how you would look to reform not only the premium tax credits, taper them so you don't have this giant cliff that is really going to hurt people, but also do something that we think, and most people think, makes a lot of sense, which is reform the system.
What do you want to see from Senator Sullivan on health care?
I would like to see an actual solution where people aren't going bankrupt over getting sick or having to choose between paying their health care bill or putting food on their table.
Those comments from a protester outside today. You can listen to our interview with the senator following his remarks at this event, as well as what we heard from that protester on the Alaska's Political Pipeline podcast. That's on our website, mobile app, or wherever you listen to podcasts. And it's Thanksgiving week. For many, travel and family plans already taking shape, Melissa.
That's right. Chief Meteorologist Wilson Fry, there she is, joining us with a forecast leading up to that big turkey day.
Yeah, hard to believe. We are in that week, just a few days away, and the weather is going to change pretty significantly here across the next week. Temperatures are cold. We have seen single digits in parts even of Anchorage, 10 degrees officially out at the airport. Fairbanks, you are down to 5 below this evening. Single digits on the slope, single digits in Kotzebue. but warmer in Nome across the Bering Sea into the Aleutians. And that is also where we're seeing active weather conditions. Most of the state outside of southeast, otherwise seeing dry conditions, a little bit of patchy fog still forming between Anchorage and the valley. And again, Fairbanks holding on to those clear skies tonight with rain in Juneau. But all of the active weather is into the Aleutians and Alaska Peninsula. Those storms are going to continue to stay mostly to the south, but we have another round of high wind and heavy rain through the central and eastern Aleutians and into the Alaska Peninsula. So be ready for that overnight. Even Bethel seeing those winds increasing tomorrow. Across South Central, the main concern is just the temperatures, the wind chill when we have it, and the fog that will continue to form in the Anchorage Bowl overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. Otherwise, temperatures dropping to low to mid-teens overnight and climbing only into the mid to upper teens, but under sunny skies for your Tuesday. Later in the week, we will see chances for snow returning. We'll see chances for light snow as early as tomorrow morning for Fairbanks, Juneau, a little snow rain mix to start your day with high temperatures in the upper 30s. Bethel, sunny but breezy. And I'll have a closer look at that full extended forecast here in a few minutes.
All right. Thank you, Melissa. Check in a little bit. In depth tonight, Kipnuk's recovery from former Typhoon Halong flood surge as winter weather sets in across western Alaska, adding new challenges to recovery efforts as construction managers say they will run out of potable water for their crews within months. Dozens of people staying in the Kipnuk school, laboring 7 days a week to rebuild infrastructure, restore water and power. And Augusta, you just returned from Kipnuk. Does it look a lot different from about a month ago? You were there right after the storm.
Yes, it looks much different. And a lot of those images, if you remember, of where it was so muddy and flooded the last time around with debris in the mud, all of that's now frozen. And the debris that remains, which was a lot of broken material from homes, people's personal belongings, ATVs, equipment, all of that is now stuck in the ground. That includes homes that were floated off of their foundations.
Incredible. Can you talk about the repair work? What's been done in Kipnuk? What needs to happen? What's the timeline for people returning home?
Yeah, John, while power is restored to some buildings and the school does remain online, drinking water is now the issue. So there are dozens of people working on site, both workers that came in from a construction company and locals who stayed to help. They do expect water to run out within a few months. Salt water contaminated the village's water filtration system during the flood surge. But in the meantime, a temporary reverse osmosis system was donated by the school to the recovery efforts, but it's small. And so it's too small to keep up with the demand of all of the people now that this is their only source of clean water. There is some clean water in a water tower that can be used for now, but it's being rationed. So they told me they're not showering necessarily. They're being very careful, washing their hands, all of those things. Many homes, let's take a look at this video now. These are the homes that were moved, and they're not livable. They remain where those floodwaters left them, and some of those homes we saw were even frozen into ponds of water around the community.
Wow. So much information, such an important story. Right now on our website, you can watch Augusta's full story, the full report. We'll also see that later tonight on the late edition. And tomorrow, you're going to take us inside one of those damaged homes. Just how destructive. We're going to see it. The former Typhoon Halong and those floodwaters. So across Anchorage today, the Food Bank of Alaska's Thanksgiving Blessing event being held at many different sites.
Our Georgina Fernandez has been at one of those sites all day as hundreds came to take home a free holiday meal.
Since 2 p.m., households have been filling up boxes filled of Thanksgiving fixings during the Food Bank of Alaska's Thanksgiving Blessing event, aiming to feed hundreds of residents this week. Now, this is just one of the 6 sites people can visit until 7 p.m. Monday night to receive a free Thanksgiving meal. The goal at this location here at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is to feed 1,000 households, an increase from last year when the site fed around 800.
And a gravy?
Now, since 2 p.m., this site has been packed with people shopping around the church's gym, getting to choose for themselves the ingredients and all the Thanksgiving works they want for their holiday meal, with each household also getting a frozen turkey to go home with.
There's a lot of need in our community, and there's a lot of members of our community that are coming into hard times with a number of the changes that have happened and disruptions in their lives, and this provides them a little bit of a little cushion.
Now, the Thanksgiving blessing event goes on until 7 p.m. on Monday night, but be aware some sites did close early last year due to running out of food. And if you aren't able to make it out on Monday evening, places like Bees Cafe are hosting a Thanksgiving feast on Thursday. You can find more details on that live right now on our website. Georgina Fernandez, Alaska's news source.
Thanks for listening. Click subscribe so you can get the latest podcast from Alaska's news source automatically. And stay up to date with breaking news and in-depth reporting available for free 24/7 with the Alaska's news source app.